Dear teacher, welcome to day 5 of this online course for secondary school teachers. And I'm sure that you have been able to enjoy the first 4 days and you have been able to participate in many ways, either in quizzes and discussion forums, or you have watched all the videos that you were supposed to be able to watch. But again, you have been able to keep a record of all that you were required to keep, the learning you are getting, what knowledge you are gaining from this particular course, so that you can be able to, at the end of the course, come up with something that can be tangible. So yeah, I congratulate all those who have been able to complete all the assignments. I have seen some of you are doing well in the assignments, in the quizzes, and some of you are also doing well in the activities, because the moment you watch the video, the moment you complete any activity, we can be able to track to see who has completed and who has not been able to complete. Remember, when you are completing all the activities, you have to check the box that is shown in front of the activity. There is a box that you have to put a tick in front of the activity, so that for us it gives us a picture that you have been able to complete all this particular video or activity or assignment or quiz or discussion forum. So please do that so that we get a record of all that we are doing. But again, today we'll be having our first live interaction. This will be somewhere in the evening, so we'll harmonize and plan the time, what will be the convenient time for all of us. So I expect you to submit. I will share with you a survey so that you can be able to share your questions that you may have. I want to see questions coming from different angles, from different subjects, so that you can be able to answer all the questions all together. So these questions will be in different categories. Could be some of the procedure, some of the maybe management, some of the behavior of teachers. I will share the survey with you so that you put all the questions before, so that by the time we come live online, you will all have already submitted your questions, and then we have prepared something to be able to answer on. So this live session will be done using YouTube Live, or using Facebook Live, or using any other software that we have informed you. And I'm sure that you will be ready for this venture today in the evening. So now, yeah, welcome back to week 5, and today the topic of the day will be all about the internet, especially on internet communications, where we discuss about email communications in general. And I'm sure that you have been using emails in one way or another, but I'm sure that there are some of the things that you need to know that will be related to the email and communications in general. And when you speak of an email, it's basically an electronic message that is sent from one computer to another, or from one person to another using the electronic network. So it saves money and time compared to a regular mail or regular post office mechanism. But an email takes only some few seconds to reach the destination. So it doesn't take a long time. So the moment I click a send button, automatically the mail will be reaching to the destination, and you could be able to get a response immediately depending on the action or activity you want to do. But then, how best are you using emails for communication? Do you communicate well to your peers, or do you communicate well to your bosses, or maybe your headmasters or your quality assurance officers on top? Or do you communicate peer to your teachers of the same level, or to your students as well? So this will be the point where we discuss about how you can be able to use communications over the internet in many ways, depending on the applications. So how does an email work? So an email will always be traveling from the internet, through the internet, from one computer to another. And when it travels, of course, it transfers message from one point to another, or from one computer to another. And computers have to know each other so that they can be able to receive the message. So there will be a sender computer, which is my computer here, which I'm using. Then there will be a receiving computer or receiving end, where the person receiving the message will be receiving your mail in that context. So once your email reaches your mail server in your end, it will actually give you a prompt that a message has arrived or an email has arrived, for you to be able to click and read, and then be able to get the message to reply on that context. Now, what can you be able to do with email? With email, you can be able to compose a message. So you write a message and send it to your peers or your friends or your students or any other person. You can also be able to reply to a message. So a mail has come to you, you need to reply and give it back to your peers. You can also be able to forward emails. So you receive an email from someone, you forward it to some other people. You can also be able to attach some attachments or include some attachments to your email, so that some other people can be able to download and use the attachments. But again, you can also be able to send emails to a group of people, one person or a group of people, 2 or 3 or 10 or 100 people at the same time. But then you can also be able to reverse or delete or send it to spam some of the mails that you think are not very important. How do you do that, and what operations you need to do? this will be the point where you have to explain, you have to understand, and of course you'll be having some activity also to be able to do, because some of the assignments you'll be given will be to write emails, share attachments, and then do some operations that will be given as assignments to submit. So watch the video that explains on how best you can be able to utilize the email for communication.